Hey y'all, I'm stressed, so let's stress bake together. So today I'm feeling a little anxious actually, which seems to be the theme of the most recent videos I've been making. And I've also, for some reason, been craving this raisin bread, and this is something that I've made like 2 times before and it's really good, so I thought today I could do a little bit of stress baking with everyone. But before I start that, I actually wanted to do a little quick unboxing for this cutting board that I got recently. Wow! So this is the board. It's from a brand called Hexclad. To be honest, I never heard of them until I saw someone using it on Instagram and he looked very professional, so I was like, you know what, I've been looking for a cutting board for a really long time. I'm just gonna buy it. But it's actually so pretty. I'm kind of annoyed about this though, like you can literally see the white around it. I'm honestly really debating if I should like return this and get a new one because this part is like really irritating me, but I think I'm just gonna wash it first and see what it looks like. And honestly, I'm so lazy, I don't feel like returning it. So let me just wash this really quick and we'll see if it looks any better. This bread honestly is not hard to make. It just takes kind of forever because the proofing time is kind of long. But I have a stainless steel bowl and then a scale, and I'm just gonna measure out some stuff right now. I also have the recipe for it written right here. I always put like little post-it notes for recipes that I either make often or that I just like. So yeah, that's my little wall of post-it notes, but I'm actually gonna grab it so I can easily refer to it. This is what I do because I am someone who usually checks the directions and ingredient list very frequently. And writing a post-it note just makes it faster for me, so I don't have to keep checking my computer, especially if I get my hands dirty. That's my little quick tip. But yeah, let's measure some stuff out. Since this proof time is going to be kind of long, I decided to come outside and try this kombucha that I got literally today when I went to get the buttermilk. But the flavor is pomegranate blueberry, and I've never tried it. And I personally am a huge kombucha girly, so I just wanted to show everyone and do a little taste test. It's like smoking. Ooh, pretty. Okay, this is pretty good. There's another flavor that I really like from them. It's like the strawberry one, and apparently it's like good for your skin, but this pomegranate blueberry is not bad. So I've been feeling kind of anxious for a variety of reasons. And to be honest, almost everything makes me anxious these days. But I think part of it is just that I feel like I'm at an age where I need to have like everything figured out. And I know that everyone says that you don't need things to be figured out at a certain point because everyone is running on their own timeline. But when you're seeing the pace of everyone's timeline, you can't really help comparing it to your own timeline. A freaking fly just flew into this. I have to like pick it out. Comparing yourself honestly sucks, and everyone knows that you shouldn't do it, and that the only person you should compare yourself to is you from yesterday. But honestly, it's just so difficult with how easy social media makes it to be. Honestly, at the age I'm at, I really should have things more figured out. At least that's how I feel, and I don't. And sometimes I get really frustrated because I feel like I'm trying to reach a point where I can do better. But there's just so many like thoughts and emotions holding me back because I know I could have done better before, or there's things I could have done differently, and now I can't change that. I don't know who's watching, but if you are someone who's very anxious, then know that you are definitely not alone, because there's definitely a lot of people out there who are also trying to figure things out. And that to some degree also brings me comfort, but when you're isolated and spend a lot of time alone, it's very, very easy to like get into your own head. But I think the nature of aging when you don't have things figured out is just that everything feels really difficult and things feel so serious, but they don't have to be. But you don't know how to not take things seriously. So I think I'm just at a point where I'm trying to like enjoy the present moment, even if that means like doing difficult things. For anyone who is watching this and feels kind of anxious about the direction of their life and where they're headed, I just want to say that it's okay for you to take the time to figure things out. And you're trying your best, you know. Sometimes people don't see that, including yourself, but you gotta be a little easier on yourself and not beat yourself up so hard, because if you keep doing that, it's gonna be really impossible to move forward. And this is something that even I am trying to work on every single day. But it's just really difficult when you're always constantly comparing yourself to others. Some days I really wish someone would just tell me like things are gonna be okay, and I think things are gonna be okay eventually. I know some moments are very tough, but if you're watching this, I just hope you know that things are gonna be okay. You just gotta take it day by day, and I promise at some point in the future when you look back, you're gonna realize that this was just part of the journey. So if you're watching this, I hope that you found some type of comfort in this conversation, even if it was honestly all over the place. And if it's warm outside still, go outside and get some fresh air. It might help you. literally see that blob of egg white that like fell onto it earlier. The bread just came out and it's super hot right now, but I'm just gonna put on an oven mitt and then transfer it to this wire rack so it can cool faster. I straight up spent the entire day making this bread, and like I said, it's really not a hard recipe. It just takes forever. So I'm gonna dump this out onto the cooling rack. Actually don't know if it's gonna come out right now. Oh no, is it stuck? Oh. Oh fuck, I just got it all over this mitt. It smells so good. Right now this bread is still way too hot to cut into, so I'm gonna have to wait a few hours before coming back and cutting it. This is honestly the worst part because it smells really good, but I can't eat it yet. I'm gonna come back in a couple of hours and then we're gonna see what the inside looks like. Good morning! So I just woke up not that long ago and I am gonna eat a piece of this bread for breakfast, but I just wanted to cut a piece and show you what the inside looks like. Ta-da! Even when it's not toasted yet, it's really good, but I'm gonna pop this in a toaster. I burnt the edges a little bit, but it's still really good. It was like soft and moist on the inside, but the outside is like really nice and crisp. And it's not too sweet either. Honestly, 10 out of 10. It does take a little while to make because you have to let it proof for so many hours, but definitely worth it in the end.